welcome back to another edition of the Hiking Journal. Today I'm up in the Mount Gower Preserve. It's near Ramona, California. And I tell you what, this trail is tough. So in this adventure, Gerry, Dave, and I are going to be heading up the Mount Gower Ridgeline Trail. It goes all the way up past these unique rock formations that we call the fangs. From there, we're going to get to the base of Mount Gower, and we have to scramble up some rocks to get to the top. It's been a really difficult hike to this point, so stick around and see if we make it. The final climb to the top of Mount Gower. That'll all be coming up next. Well, good morning and welcome back to another edition of the Journal. Today's adventure is going to be out near Ramona, California, to a place called Mount Gower County Preserve. But first, I got to tell you, we got a lot of stuff going on today. We got the Dopplers just going crazy here. We're expecting one of our bigger rainstorms of the year, and maybe even for the decade. I don't know. They've already got 9 inches of rain up in LA County and Topanga Canyon. We're supposed to get 4 to 6 inches of rain here in Temecula. And so far, we've only got a half inch, but it's coming. You can see it on the Doppler. It's coming. So anyway, so in this adventure, we headed out to Mount Gower. And what's unique about Mount Gower, besides the fact that I'd never heard of it before, was the terrain. Mount Gower itself isn't the tallest of peaks in inland San Diego County, but what it does offer is a very remote terrain. And this hike is not an easy hike. It's a tough hike. And the reason it's so hard is not because of the 2,500 foot elevation gain. In fact, I'm not even sure that's even accurate, because from the trailhead to the top of Mount Gower, yeah, it's probably 2,500 feet, but what they don't tell you is you start up by going up a little bit of an uphill, then you do a long slope to this ridge line where there's a valley, you drop down to the bottom of the valley, then you go straight up the side from this creek up to the top of this peak where there's a water tower, and then guess what? You go back in another valley and back to another peak and back to another valley and back to another peak, and then this goes on and on all day. And then actually once you get to the very end of the trail, it's listed on all trails as about 9.65 or something like that miles. What they don't tell you is the end of the trail is not the end of the hike. The end of the trail is where the trail ends, but from there, there's about a half-mile scramble up about 400 feet to the top of Mount Gower, and there's no trail. Thankfully, enough people have done it over the years where there's some rock cairns, and you can kind of sort of tell where people have been hiking generally. Some places you can see footprints, some places you can't. Some places you got to use your hands to scramble up, and some places you just got to kind of figure out the way yourself. And that's exactly what we did on Martin Luther King Day of 2024. It was a day of school day, basically. It was a non-work day, so I was planning on doing it by myself, and then Dave called me and said, hey, I want to go do something on Martin Luther King Day. I got the day off. So I said, hey, let's come out here to my house in Temecula, and we'll go up to Mount Gower. I was going to go there anyway. And I thought, well, I wonder if Gerry's going to want to go. I wonder if Gerry's got to work. So I called Gerry, and sure enough, Gerry was off as well. So we all met at my house, and we caravanned out to near Ramona, California, and we started our hike up Mount Gower. And tell you what, man, we got our money's worth out of this hike. This was a tough hike. This is a really hard hike. It doesn't look like much on paper, doesn't look like much on the map, but I tell you what, man, I went through about 2 liters of water, and I was cramping up on the way back, so I definitely got my money's worth. Well, anyway, that'll all be coming up next in this edition of the Hiking Journal, our hike up to the Mount Gower County Preserve near Ramona, California. That'll all be coming up next. I'll see you in a few minutes. And hopefully, we're not going to get 4 inches of rain today, because I'm going to have to clear some drains out, I think. Hey, at least I can save some water and turn the sprinklers off for a while. Anyway, stand by and watch this video. I think you're going to like it. Mount Gower. All right, well, hey, good morning. Welcome back to another edition of the Journal. Today, Dave and Gerry and I are going to go up to the top of Mount Gower in the Gower County Preserve. It's a trail I've never been up. It looks like it's going to be pretty difficult. It'll be about a 10.5 mile day. It's got a little bit of elevation gain. And the bad part is it goes up and down and up and down. So you got to do uphill on the way back. So ought to have some good views today. Weather looks like it's going to be perfect. It's going to be probably, they said, in the low 60s, but it seems like it's 75 right now, even though it's only 50. Just that sun is pretty intense. So anyway, we're going to get headed up the trail at Mount Gower out here in inland San Diego County. All right, well, we're just about 5 minutes up the trail. It's called the Mount Gower Ridge Trail. And there's been some up and downs already. They've been shallow and short. so it's not too bad, but we can see what we've got coming. Big ridge line above us there. Got a great view looking to the west from here. So hopefully as we ascend this big ridge line behind me, we'll get some even better views from higher up. Some big sprawling houses and ranches out here too. So, and we're already heating up. This is gonna be a tough hike. I was told, actually I read some of the forums that this is like the mini El Cajon mountain. So we'll see how tough this gets today. We're prepared for it. We got all day. I got tons of liquids, energy gels, and also have some perpetuum, so hopefully we'll be okay. All right, so we've been working our way down to the bottom of this. This is the first creek crossing, first of 4. It's gonna cross the bottom there. You can see the trail on the other side. It works its way steeply up just to the left of that water tower, to the right of the rock, and to the left of the water tower. We're gonna go up and over that.
That's only a fraction of what we need to do today. That's not even the top of the hill. There's a big hill behind that.
Yep.
And then we got to come back this way. Yeah. This is steep.
Yeah.
Coming back up this when we're at mile 9 or something.
Yeah, this is gonna suck coming back up.
I mean, my toes are sore right now going down this.
Yeah, they said it was gravelly and a little slippery, a little sandy.
It's all sandy everywhere.
Imagine doing this on a bike, mountain bike. You'd be carrying it.
Boy, you'd want to have a little bit of battery left when you got to this part.
Yeah, on your e-bike. Boy, I'm huffing and puffing. I can hear somebody coming. That down there is the trail that we came down.
Which is just the start of the trail,
right,
too.
And we gotta go way up there. This is steep. This is some seriously steep stuff right here. I don't know what the angle is on this, but shit, I can almost touch the ground.
I sure hope this levels out later. It's not like this the whole way up. I didn't look at the elevation profile, but this sucks.
You have no idea how steep this is right here. This is ridiculous.
All right, let's see where we're at. Get the map here, and we're barely at the bottom of this hill. We got to go all that way up there. Where do you see the, I need the, I don't know how to get the elevation profile. Yeah, that just wants me to start hiking, so. Oh well.
Yeah, well, we got a long way to go. And we're looking. There's our trail to the left, and then to the right is that second peak off in the distance. We just saw that couple that were ahead of us. They're working their way up that ridge line toward the top. And off to the right is Mount Gower. We got a long way to go. A lot of up to go. All right, well, we reached the top of this hill here. Now it looks like we're going down to the bottom, back up over that other one. But Gower is in front of us. Still got a long way to go. Well, at least we'll be going downhill for a little bit and catch our breath. All right. Well, we just climbed up this steep section here. You're over the top of the peak right there. Climbed from the bottom up to the top of that, down the other side, now straight up this.
Steep freaking section number 15, probably.
And then we gotta go to this. Hopefully,
rinse and repeat.
Hopefully it levels off a little bit there. It might not. It might be another false summit. We don't know.
You know, when we come back this way, we're going to be looking at those hills behind us and going, How many more of those are there? Because they all look the same, right? If you're here and wondering, I know there's like at least 2 more of those over here.
Yeah, this is a lot more sawtooth than it looks on the map. And people that have talked about it talk about how difficult it is. And I don't think we understood what they meant until now.
I've never hiked anything that's this steep up and down nonstop. You know, a little section maybe, but this one just hasn't let up at all.
This one's ridiculous. It does have a view, but at this point, I don't know if it's worth it. We're heating up. Well, we came to the top of this little rise here, and for a minute, it almost looks doable. We see some reflections off the rocks over there. I don't know if there's water coming trickling down or what.
Oh yeah, that's gotta be water. Yeah, all of a sudden that looks a lot closer. I mean, it just seems like minutes ago that it looked way high and way far, but after coming up that last steep section there, hopefully we're done with the steep stuff.
Yeah.
But it's going to be there waiting for us on the other direction, so.
Yep. Gerry and Dave are right around the corner. We've been going up and down and up and down, and so it's just kicking our ass. It's a lot harder than we thought.
Straight up the side.
It would be hard, but this takes that to a whole new level. You know, I've done Baldy, and I've done Gorgonio, and I've done San Jacinto, and Half Dome, and Whitney, and I'm telling you right now, this is about as tired as I've ever been. We're not even there yet. It's hot, and there's no air. And the bad part is it's only about 60. All right, we're coming up on the Fangs. Looking forward to this right here. Looks like our trail makes a turn. Heads up there. This looks steep.
It is steep. Is that the way? Everybody else came from this way.
The sign here says trail both ways.
Right, this is the shortcut.
Because if you look at all trails, I think it goes that way.
Okay, well, we'll follow the All Trails map.
Oh, dog bone. Looks like a dog bone.
Yeah, check this out. And this one they say looks like a face. Guess it depends on the angle. Like, how in the hell did that get here? How did it erode to that shape?
I don't know where the summit is. Back there, do you think?
Pretty impressive. Well, we're not too far from the peak. We're not exactly sure actually which one is Gower. We're thinking it's this one. But I don't know, maybe it's that one, we don't know. All we know is it's uphill. Well, we're taking a break here. We can see the summit up there somewhere of Gower. So that's where we're headed. And we thought this would be as good a place as any. Take a break. So, we're plenty tired already. But We're getting there. It's almost 1 o'clock. We got a late start, and we still got some climbing to do. We're not going to be able to spend too much time up there. But shit, it might be dark time to get back to the car. How you feeling, Jerry? Oh,
I'm good.
doing good. How about you, Dave? No, I'm blocking.
I'm hanging too.
Yeah?
Yep.
A lot of
Getting ready for the.
getting our asses beat going up and down and up and down.
Yeah, it's tough.
So we got one more little up to do.
All right, well, we'll take advantage of our little flat spot here and a little break for a minute or two. I just had some energy chews, and I popped a Cliff Goo, so hopefully that'll be enough to get me up the rest of the way to the top of Gower. All right, heading up. All right, well, we are on the final push to the top of Mount Gower. This has definitely been a tough hike for us. This thing is so steep, it's ridiculous. Oh, we're getting there. I got about 300 feet to go, a vertical gain, and I don't know, a quarter mile maybe less. We're getting there. We're tired though. It's getting late. It's already after 1. Not even there yet. Well, we're getting there. We're only a couple hundred feet elevation-wise from the top. At this point, we've kind of been playing cairn hopscotch, going from one cairn to the next, and thankfully, we've been able to spot them. Some places you can see footprints, but the cairns are pretty visible, so thank God for whoever put those out. Got a good view to the left here, to the south, and got a reservoir down in the canyon down there. We'll have to look that up, see what that is. Well, we finally made it to the top of Mount Gower. This has got to be one of the hardest hikes I've done in a long, long time. The sign-in register, you can see that little pile of rocks on top over here on the right. That is that's the actual high point right there, and then just to the left of that notch, there's a little small coffee can, which is the summit register. So I'm going to go over there here in a minute, and I'm going to sign in. We earned this one. We're all signing this one because we earned it for sure. So it's a little later than we thought. It's 1:30. We'll take about a half hour up here, then we got to start heading down. Make sure we get home, or at least down before it gets dark. I think we'll be okay. There are some steep sections going back though. We'll just have to take our time. We'll sign in, and we'll take a break, get something to eat, head back down. Off on the top of Mount Gower.
We're out on a hike down near Ramona on Mount Gower, and having lunch.
Anyway, it was a hard hike. It was a tough hike, and we made it up here unscathed. Nobody's hurt that we know of yet. Arms a little stiff, but other than that, we're doing good. And now we just gotta hike back down to the car. We got some ups and downs to go through, so it's not going to be just a straight descent back to the car. We're going to have to climb, 3 significant peaks, sub-peaks, to get back, so it's going to suck. But we'll take our time, and at least there's more down than up. You got to give it that. So hopefully we'll be back in 3 hours. We'll be back probably right around dark. So anyway, we're going to pack up and head down off the top of Mount Gower out here near Ramona, California. Okay, good night.
See you next time.
All right, this is from the summit of Mount Gower. We're looking to the east. There's Cuyamaca Peak on the right, Middle Peak and North Peak. And I'm going to spin around to the right. El Capitan Reservoir is way off in the distance over there. Anyway, here's the summit block, the actual summit. In fact, the sign-in and register is in that coffee can right there. That's where it's at. So we made it up here. Boy, this was a tough hike. And Jerry's making a couple of contacts on the ham radio. I'm going to take a break for a little bit, and we got to start down. We got to hurry. It's getting late. We are making our way top of Mount Gower, and boy, this is just incredibly steep, even going down. And you can see the big water tower. The big water tower is right here and over that direction. And once we get down to the water tower, we gotta go steeply down to the bottom of the valley, work our way across the creek, back up on the other side is a trail that traverses the side of the peak over there and leads us back to our vehicles. So we're making good time. We left an hour and 20 minutes ago from the summit of Gower, and even with me cramping, can't believe we've made it this far in this amount of time. We're a little worried because the gate closes, I think, at 5. So we wanted to make sure we made it back to the car before they lock the gate on us. But we're getting there. That's what we got. This section right here. And over the other side of that ridge is the car. Thank God we've arrived back at the trailhead. This was one tough hike, man. I do not envy anyone that wants to come do Mount Gower. All the hikes I've done, this has got to be one of the toughest. This was an ass kicker, boy. This one was hard. It's the incline up and down, and our knees hurt. The thigh was cramping up. Left calf was cramping up. I'm taking a little video of this little Jerusalem cricket. He thinks I don't see. Oh shit, I'm gonna cramp up. Oh fuck. Can't do that. Oh shit. That was tough. How we made it. Now I got a nice cold refreshment in the Jeep. Looking forward to that. Well, what'd you think about my adventure to Mount Gower? That was a pretty tough hike. The other thing I wanted to tell you before we leave here, I went to a horror convention, and it was called CreepyCon is what I called it. It was at the Ontario Convention Center out in San Bernardino, and I went with Lindsay. I had a media pass, so I got to get in for free, and I got full reign over all of the events. We got to meet some exciting people. Lindsay got to meet Nev Campbell and Matthew Lillard from Scream. She also met Skeet. We saw a bunch of other celebrities while we were there. And we had a really good time. Lots of people dressed cosplay costumes. And it was a pretty exciting day for us. That was pretty cool. So anyway, the other thing I was going to tell you was I got this in the mail, good old Amazon. I got me a new knife, an everyday carry knife. It's a fixed blade knife from Civivi. And this one is called a Midwatch. And I like this one because it has the ring. And this is something that I'm going to be carrying with me on most of my hikes. So you'll see this probably mounted on my shoulder strap on my backpack. I've always wanted something other than a belt knife, something that wasn't around my hips when I cinch up the waist belt, something that I could either keep in my front pocket or keep in my pack or even keep on the shoulder strap. And this has got a really nice blade configuration. It's not, it only weighs about 3 ounces, so it's fairly light. It's super sharp, and it's got a straight spine, so I can use it to strike fire steels. I can also use it for self-defense in case I run into mountain lions. You never know. Anyway, I'm going to be doing a review on this a little later. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the episode of Mount Gower, and be sure and click the subscribe button, and be sure and follow along. Hit the like button as well, so I get those numbers a little more elevated. I'm starting to climb a little bit. I'm over 1,000 subscribers now, so I appreciate people that have clicked the like and subscribe button in the past. And I really enjoy your comments. So if you have any questions or concerns or thoughts about this hike or any other hike in the hiking journal, or maybe even some recommendations for other hikes that I could be doing, or hikes that you've done that you want to see on the channel, post a note in the comments section below. I do answer all of those, and it'd be kind of cool to recreate a hike that you've done, and then you'll see it from my perspective. Well, anyway, thanks for watching this episode, and I'll see you down the trail. Take care. Bye-bye.
some